right.
Yeah, nigga. Ha! We live. We everywhere. We everywhere. We on StreamYard. Nigga.
Right.
We on StreamYard. We on StreamYard. We on YouTube. Yeah, Facebook. You recording for YouTube. Motherfucking Instagram. And I'm recording on Odyssey. Say something. say with your chest, nigga.
Right.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Ah! Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, we just having some fun, y'all. Welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howard.
And this is episode 156.
156.
So we're working our way up to that 200 mark. We're gonna have to do it big for 200. Like we did last time.
Big booty midget. We're gonna have a Chinese buffet with Indian food,
right?
And some pizza and chicken wings,
right?
And we're gonna have some get fat quick pills, and some slim slow joint.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you said, we recording for YouTube. We got Facebook going. We got Instagram. Shout out to Instagram. I see we got somebody on already.
Yep.
But yeah, so this is gonna be I don't think we're gonna be too long today. We ain't got too much to talk about, but we still got to bring it to you live every week. So just want to let me first announce next week we are scheduled to have a guest that we're gonna be interviewing, named Brian Turman. He's a local hip hop scholar from here in the Triad.
Yeah,
so yeah, man.
Get that guy clap. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be interviewing him next week, and we got a lot more to come. We got more artists and, stuff like that. But, it's going to be a real nice episode next week to be able to talk and chop it up with somebody who's really into hip-hop like we are. So,
shout out to T. Lynn once again. I don't want to get too, as far as like too much, but she's going to do a magazine. Mm-hmm. She's been doing it. So, and we are going to be in an expose.
Yes.
So,
we'll be featured in her magazine. So, yep, we are looking forward to that. We'll definitely keep y'all up to date. So that's going to be nice. And that should be coming up in the next, few weeks, probably next 3 weeks or so, something like that. So, but yeah, we'll keep y'all informed. How was your week this week?
Man, it's been all right. Trying to get, schoolwork and shit done. I kind of got slack a little bit. I got this exam that I got to do tonight.
Okay.
But other than that, it ain't like I'm stressing. I just, need to get it done.
Yeah.
And I'll get it done. So, that's about it, man. Just trying to, take some steps in the right direction as far as,
that's what's up.
What I'm saying? Like, just trying to get that going. Other than that, that's about it. How about your week?
Not too bad, man. Went by pretty fast. I was actually shocked. I was like, man, it's already time for the podcast again.
Yep.
It's a little bit of stuff that's been jumping up, but not too much. So,
nothing crazy.
Nothing too crazy, but
yeah.
But yeah, it was a good week, and I'm just happy to be here. Like I said, I'm anxious to get to these next episodes where we got more artists coming, and we're gonna interview my man Brian. He's like I said, a local hip hop scholar. He knows a lot about hip hop, and he actually taught some classes, on hip hop. So I think that's really dope. So we definitely looking forward to that next week. That'll be next Wednesday. But yeah, so it was a good week. Nothing to complain about. So before we get too heavy into the show, I want to just mention a rapper that recently passed away. It's a guy named Double K. He was from a hip hop group from the 90s called The People Under the Stairs. He actually passed away about a month ago. I think it was January 30th, and just didn't really hear much about it until here recently. So, just want to give him condolences and well wishes to his family. The group came out somewhere around 98. I think they had maybe a song or two in 97, but their album didn't drop until 98. And they have a bunch of albums. I think they got like 10 or 12 albums. So they went for a good while. And, but the one member of the group, Double K, he has passed away. So our condolences and well wishes to his family. Matter of fact, let's give him a quick moment of silence. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. We appreciate it.
Oh, really? Oh, I was going to say too, like just to, if you haven't heard of the group, just to explain their style, they were kind of like I would compare them to like maybe a little bit of Jurassic 5 or Slum Village.
Yeah.
That type of style. Like if you really listen to some of their things, there was a particular song that I really like. It's been a while since I listened to it, but they kind of had that style of the kind of like I wouldn't necessarily say underground, but they had like a different sound that was definitely not different. Mainstream. Yeah, and it was kind of like in that 2006, 2000, early 2000, mid 2000 type era type, where things were kind of in I wouldn't necessarily say like a weird direction. South was dominating, but then you got Drake coming in, and things just started twisting.
Right.
So, but yeah, they had a really interesting sound.
I looked them up, and I knew of them, but I didn't really know their music like that. I probably heard one or two songs, but never really got a chance to get into their whole catalog. But when I looked them up, it said that they were from the West Coast, and some of their influences were groups like the Far Side. So, and they definitely had that, a little bit off the cuff style. Like you said, Jurassic 5, they weren't considered completely underground, but they weren't mainstream either. They were just, they had that almost like Earth Gang type thing.
Yeah, they really had they were just on their own thing. They which was dope,
Yeah, it's very dope. I was listening to some of the music earlier, and I was like, yo, this is dope, man. They was making some really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go back and check them out, man. The People Under the Stairs.
People Under the Stairs.
Yeah. But yeah, did you want to say something else about them?
Nah, that's about it. I'm gonna try to find out that one song that I rock with, and I'm gonna try to share that to the group. But yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they definitely dope group.
So let's go ahead and jump into our question of the day. We got a two-parter for you.
A twofer.
A twofer.
A twofer.
So the first part of the question is, if Biggie was still living, where would Jay-Z be as far as the culture goes? Do you think he would be as big as he is right now? And these questions were questions that Howie made up, but I'm just saying it because we're doing two parts. But that's the first question. Where do you think Jay-Z would be if Biggie was still alive? And then what was that second question?
Second question is, where does Biggie fit in the African American diaspora? If I'm saying that word right.
Yeah, diaspora.
Yeah.
Diaspora,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, that's very interesting, man. As far as Jay-Z, I have to admit I do think Biggie did help him step his game up, because Biggie was so dope with it, and Biggie was the first one, almost, I don't know if he was the first, but he was one of the first rappers to do a lot of rhymes off the top of his head. He was that good where he would go into the studio and he would just think of his rhyme, memorize it, and not have to write it down. He would just memorize it right there on the spot and just say, give me the mic, boom, 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 boom. And, he was in there. And so that made Jay-Z want to do the same thing. So Jay-Z has admitted that because Big was doing that, he had to, Jay-Z has that competitive mind state. So I think that people like Big and Nas helped him to say, okay, if I want to be on top, I got to out-rap everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that Jay would have been good, but I do think that they helped him step up to get to that spot where he's at now. So I think if Big was still here, he may not have been quite as big, But one thing I do know, Biggie had a plan that basically he wasn't going to rap that long. Biggie's plan was, I'm going to make a couple albums. Once I become a certain amount of millionaire, I'm retiring. So Biggie was definitely talking about not being in it that long. Did you ever hear about that?
I think we can talk a little bit more, because since we're going to do the documentary.
We'll definitely talk about that.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so we'll be talking about that Biggie documentary in a little while. So that was very interesting as well. But yeah, as far as Biggie and Jay-Z, I do think that Jay-Z might have been a little bit different, in my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, I feel that with Big, I mean, Big had a lot of things sold up, man. I mean, I think, I mean, especially with Ready to Die and the way that hit. But like I said, we'll talk a little bit more about it,
Yeah.
later on. But it's just the impact and, who I think Big resonated more with the people that he was around. Like, they wanted Big to make it because if he made it, everybody made it.
Right.
And don't, and I think that's one thing I think, like, even, I think Big would probably, if he was still here, he would be, he would definitely been larger than Jay-Z.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, because of the people that he was with, you know what I'm saying? Like, they catapulted him because, he understood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that. And then to the second question, since we were talking about him fitting in the diaspora, you have all this fighting about B1, FBA, and all this other stuff.
Right.
But the thing of it is, like, okay, so, and I'm not saying that all African immigrants or all immigrants that are Black can relate to our struggle, but at the same time, like Jay-Z, not Jay-Z, but Biggie was an immigrant. He was a Jamaican immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he probably arguably one of the best that did it in hip hop, and changed the course of hip hop. So like, and on top of that, like, other things kind of came out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, we can't just sit here and be like, oh, Biggie wasn't B1 or he wasn't born here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you can't, pick and choose. But yeah, I mean, I just feel that, especially what he went through, I think he definitely understood the struggle of, of the Black, African American, being here, and you know what I'm saying, even though he was a immigrant,
Yeah, I mean, he was more familiar with his New York roots than he was more probably with his Jamaican roots, because I mean, he did get back over there, but you know what I mean, I think he still had more of the New Yorker in him, but he just had that, Jamaican background.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I definitely think he still fits into what we have going on here, because he was mostly raised here, what I mean? So it ain't like he was there until he was in Jamaica till he was 20, and then he all of a sudden came to the United States,
I mean.
Bomba cloud. We're gonna have more of that if he was doing that, what I mean? But yeah, man. But yeah, so that's our questions of the day. Let us know what y'all think. Hit us up in the comments and let us know how you feel. So let me get into some birthdays real quick. We had quite a few this week. So back at the end of February, Ja Rule had a birthday. He's actually a leap year baby. He was on the 29th. So he's February
no wonder
29th.
he goddamn problems.
Right.
Literally, someone said, "What would it be without you?"
Yo, speaking of Ja Rule, remember the Fire Festival?
Yeah.
They're doing a special on that tonight. I gotta watch it.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I think they're talking to the white guy who's in charge of the whole thing. Because he's in jail or prison or whatever, so they kind of interviewing him from prison. Like, so yeah, did they light a fire in that ass when you got
Damn.
I wonder how prison life is for him,
Damn.
I kid.
Nah, man.
But I'm sure
they probably had like one dude up there like, yeah, man, we wear that white boy out. Man.
Right. He ain't gonna be doing no more festivals, son.
Yeah, man. Nah, we wearing them out.
But yeah, so happy birthday to Ja Rule. On March 2nd, we had a few. Scott LaRock, rest in peace to him.
Yeah. The
former DJ for Boogie Down Productions and KRS-One. His birthday was March 2nd. My man Method Man, METHOD, man. Yep. And also on the same day, my man LP from Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
So, we got some powerful people who had the birthday on the same date. On March 3rd, that's today, we got Tone Loc.
Funky cold.
Yeah, man. And my man Lil Flip. Remember him? He was battling T.I. back in the day.
Flip.
Yeah,
Flip.
man. Yeah.
I like Lil Flip. He was all right.
Yeah, I thought he was cool. You know what I mean? I don't know why he didn't rap longer than he did, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't know if it was a T.I. thing or something else.
T.I.
T.I.'s going through some stuff right now.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, either way, back to the birthdays. On March 4th, which is tomorrow, my man Milkbone, remember him?
Keep it real.
He got a birthday. Also, the legend himself, Grand Poobah.
What more can I say?
Yeah, man. From back, he go all the way back to the before Brand Nubian. He was with
Masters
of Ceremony. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had their album, man. Had that song Cracked Out. Correct out. Yeah. So anyway, coming up on the 5th, March 5th, happy birthday to Skilo. Remember him?
I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit with a bat and a hat.
6'4" Paula.
Yeah, Skilo with the dude.
Yeah. Coming up on the 6th, we got a few on the 6th. My man Papoose.
Papoose.
My man Shaquille O'Neal. Remember Shaq Fu? He's still
What's up,
rapping.
Doc? Can we rock?
What's up, Doc? That was my joint. My man Bubba Sparks is also on the 6th. And Beanie Siegel as well. So happy birthday to all of them.
Yep.
And then finally on March 7th, my man Chris Calico from the Midwest. You know what I mean? Right. So let's give them all some claps.
Oh, wait a minute. Make sure. Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure I hit the right button.
Right. You don't want to be like, boo.
Yeah, they'd be like,
boo your birthday, nigga.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want none of them knocking down.
Exactly.
Hell no.
Did you say boo my birthday, nigga?
Yeah, I know, right? Meth forgot it. Yo, Saint.
Right, you know, Meth done cock diesel now, bro.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we gonna have to cut you,
right.
Saint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah. Method would be like, I'll fucking show your ass, oh shit, and keep feeding you, and feeding you, you fat motherfucker. That's what he would be. Like, well, damn, man. I'll just
my bad.
I hit the wrong button.
We'll celebrate your birthday every day now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's jump into some music real quick. I don't have much to talk about, but just want to remind y'all, as far as new music goes, my man Aguilar, he is dropping a new album on the 5th, which is Friday, called Francisco Blanco, which is a Spanish word of saying Frank White. So I think he's on that tip. You know, if y'all remember, Frank White was a character from King of New York. You know, so that's where Biggie started calling himself that, Frank White. So yeah, I think that's going to be a tight album. You know, he's probably channeling that inner King of New York vibe. You know what I mean? So let's give him some skibbity claps on the new project. All right. So let's get into some topics. Real quick, I don't know if y'all heard about it, but they're saying the baby's chain got snatched. I don't know if that's really accurate because the baby has denied it. But there's a guy who did a video saying otherwise. You know, he's showing a little chain emblem. Like, see, you know, y'all told me that y'all dared me to snatch it, and I snatched it, you know, and it does look like the real thing. So I don't know. But the baby's like, nah, you lying. Ain't nobody took my joint. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if the baby's trying to save face, or did this guy just make a similar emblem to him to make it kind of look like, yeah, look, I did it. You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of posers out here now. You know what I mean?
It's just getting crazy out here. Yeah. Because, like, the whole, I mean, it's just like these kids, and just like, I think I was listening to somebody, they were talking about how, like, just because they can get, like, they want some girl to look at them and whatnot, they doing all this stuff to,
right.
Like, you know, like that whole thing with Cam Newton and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so I went viral, you know what I'm saying? And then I got this girl to look at me because, you know, I did this video and went viral, and then, you know, it's like, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like them coming out here to do that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, I mean, I'm not saying to worship celebrities or nothing like that, but there was definitely a time, you know, where there was like, you know, celebrities were mysterious a little bit.
Right.
There was a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? There was a little bit of, and, you know, they had to handle themselves in the public. It was definitely, a different time, but at one time, but now it's just like it's like the Wild Wild West out here.
Right.
This is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right, man. Gotta be careful out here, man. Just a quick reminder, Coming to America, the sequel, is coming up on Friday as well. So just a couple days away. It's going to be streaming on Prime Video. So any of y'all that's interested, check it out. Yeah, man. I'm ready to see it. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to top the original. I hope it's still good. I'm just, because I'm such a fan of Eddie Murphy and all the people, that were in it, I'm just going to be a loyal fan and just say, hey, I'm going to watch it regardless whether it's good or not. I mean, it seems like it has good potential. You know what I mean? I do think they could have done it a little earlier, but, better late than never. You know what I mean?
They also have I think it was an African movie. I forgot where about in Africa, but they actually got something called Coming to Africa.
Oh, yeah?
And I think I seen it. It was on Facebook in one of the commercials. But I don't know I forgot who you could stream through because I don't know if it was Amazon or not, Prime. But towards the end, it had Eddie Murphy at City Hall. Yeah, Coming to Africa. That's a good title of a movie, isn't it? And I'm like,
yo, I gotta look for that. That sounds pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean? That's interesting. Definitely interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it, man. And see what it's all about. See if they did a good enough job. They got extra characters in there now. Tracy Morgan's supposed to be in there. Leslie Jones, I think, plays the baby mama.
Okay.
They still got the barbershop guys. That was one of my favorite parts of the show. I think they still got the preacher. You know what I mean? Randy Watson. I think they still got both of them.
Y'all can only, Hefner can only take pictures, but God, I said God can only make it.
Right.
There's a God somewhere.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I mean, James Amos is still in there. The girl who the girl who he married is still playing his wife. So the one who played his mom, she did pass away. So I'm sure they're gonna make that part of the script of her passing away. James Earl Jones, from what I understand, he's in it, but he doesn't have a major role, just more so I think he's getting old and probably about to pass away, so he tells him, you got to go back to America because, we found out you got a kid, So that's going to be interesting. I'm willing to bet they're going to probably make the kid part of that. Remember when they went to the bar, they met all them different women?
Yeah.
And the girl... My name is Peaches, and I'm the best. All the DJs want to feel my breath.
Oh, God.
Man, that was like the funniest little part when she did that. And then the one where Arsenio was dressed up as a chick. I've been looking at you and your friend all night, and I'm going to tear you apart. I was like, yo, he a fool, man. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, and going back to James Earl Jones, man, he just an iconic voice.
Oh, yeah, man.
Let's clap that up for my man right there, man.
Absolutely, man.
Iconic. Did the Darth Vader, which is messed up because, he got screwed out of that. That was just...
Darth Vader, that's an iconic voice, Darth Vader. What was it, Mufasa?
Yeah,
and he did Mufasa again in the remake, the live action remake too. So I thought that was dope.
And the Sandlot, he was in the neighbor for the Sandlot.
Yeah.
You should have just knocked. I would have entered the door for you. They did all that trouble to get they had that Chuck dog and everything, man. But yeah, man, just iconic voice, man, iconic actor.
Yeah, man.
We even forgave him for damn Media Man. We had to let him slide it's James Earl Jones.
Right.
He had that die. He'd be like, hey man,
Media Man.
I'm like, we just. Yeah, I know he fucked up this one. We just gonna let it slide. It's Earl, man. This Darth Vader right here, son. We gotta let him slide.
I still gave Media Man some credit because it was Robert Townsend
trying
to come up with a black character, and I thought it was a good idea. I mean, it may not have been the best as far as acting and how it was written or whatever, but I still thought it was cool that he did it. You know what I mean? But it wasn't something where you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch that. You watch it one time.
Only movie that had Be Real from Cypress Hill and Luther Vandross.
Oh yeah. forgot about that. No. Wasn't Be Real in what's the other joint? The hip hop movie that had like Cool G rapping all of them in it with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. Who's the man?
Yeah,
I think Be Real made an appearance in that. I think.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as far as like the Be Real, like Be Real and Luther Vandross.
Right, exactly.
Come on, I mean, it wasn't like, but in the same movie.
Yeah, you're right. You ain't gonna see that ever again. Even if Luther was still alive. Even if Luther was still alive.
Just kill a man.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
That would be crazy.
For them two to just even do any project together.
That'd be crazy.
Music either. But yeah, so again, Coming to America is coming out this Friday, March 5th. So I will be definitely checking that out. We'll probably talk about it next week on the show when we interview Brian Turman. So like I said, I'm definitely excited about that. So but yeah, I'm just glad that they got most of the characters back.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who else was it? I wonder. I know they said they make a small reference to Soul Glow in there, but not a big thing. But I wonder if it's like the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I wonder if he's gonna be part of that small reference.
And then my man, I'm trying to think, the tenant guy, wasn't he? Because he played in some other movies too.
The one that in the building that played the landlord.
Yeah, rich dude, motherfucker.
Right.
But ain't that my man from the Five Bloods and all that stuff?
No, that's a different dude. But
yeah,
he's been in a lot of stuff. Though.
Yeah, he kind of favored that guy.
He's done a lot of TV too. He did a couple of sitcoms. I forget his name, but I think it's something Leon.
Yeah.
Either Leon is the first or last name, but he's a great actor. I wonder what he's doing these days, because that would be nice to have him back too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to have one more little quick, rest dude, motherfucker. Because he got a very distinctive voice as well. So I liked him. But yeah, anyway, I got a quick, we want to talk a little bit about Versus, because they're talking about a Ray versus Ghost, Raekwon versus Ghostface. But before we do that, I had an idea for a Versus.
All right.
So I'm wondering, and you tell me what you think. So we talked about this before. Missy Elliott. We were trying to figure out who would be good to go up against her.
Mm-hmm.
What about T-Pain?
It would be interesting.
Because he's got a big enough catalog, I think, to go against her. And his style is very similar, where he crosses over into singing and rapping. And you know what I mean? So I could see, to me, I could see that being a decent match.
It would be interesting.
Yeah.
It would be interesting. I think, and the thing, too, T-Pain, I mean, Missy's good. T-Pain got some range too. A lot of people don't know about. Like T-Pain really got like some range and a little bit of depth of emotion. Missy does as well. Obviously. I still would say like a slight edge to Missy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because of the, the school that she kind of came up in.
Missy's a juggernaut.
Yeah,
I mean, she was out before him. She came out, what was it, 90, was it 95? Or no, it might have been before that, maybe 93 or 94, but somewhere in that area.
Yeah, like our first album I remember was the 97.
Was it 97?
Yeah,
okay.
the 90,
was that the one where I Can't Stand the Rain?
Yeah, that was her,
You might be
but, I mean, she did some
90s.
stuff, but she did some stuff with, they did with MC Light, the I Can Rock the Party Rock. So I think that might have been before.
Could have been.
Yeah.
And then T-Pain was what, early 2000s, I think?
Nah, I think he was, like I said, he was kind of like in that school where like Drake was coming out, like that mid 2004, 5, that 2006
that's about
ish
what I mean.
era. You know what I'm saying? So that's when he.
But T-Pain was so popular because of what he did with the auto-tune, so he got so much music. He's done stuff with so many people, what T.I., Ludacris, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just he was all over the place.
Then Jay-Z came in and said, "Death of autotune."
And I mean, I remember that, and I mean, he wasn't really trying to diss him or put him out of business. He was more so saying,
the copycats.
Right, so many copycats. Let T-Pain have this one.
Yeah.
It's his thing. Stop. Everybody ain't got to keep doing it. But here we are in 2021, and everybody's still doing it. You know what I mean?
I know I ain't listen to Jay-Z's ass.
But I agree.
Nah, I mean, I just
agree.
playing. I just playing.
I agree.
Don't send them shooters.
I agree with what he said though.
Yeah,
But
I agree. Nah.
But you're right though. A lot of people won't listen to Jay-Z. Just something about him. People don't, want to take his advice. But I do think he was right about it. You know what I mean? Not saying that you should get rid of it, but damn, like when everybody was copying DOS effects, and everybody was like,
Right. I'm like, damn, look,
Right.
can a nigga.
Well, I mean, they were cool with it too,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That effects, cause like on their album, they were cool with it because they was like, well, hey, that's a compliment,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
run with it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, but remember, we had it first.
Right. Exactly. So,
So,
but yeah, that's it's pretty interesting though. I would like to see that versus. I don't know. I really just can't think of anybody else to me who would be a good match.
that's a good match. That's a pretty
You know.
decent matchup.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, I think Missy would get it. But I think people would enjoy that one. I think that would be a good one for the culture. I look at that one probably the same way that maybe the Snoop Dogg and DMX one, because Snoop had like the laid back style. They both kind of have laid back styles, but I think T Pain definitely got some more like hype stuff.
Right.
Missy got some hype stuff too, but she probably have to do like the Snoop role kind of talk. Cause that's one thing about like Snoop with DMX, like he kind of had to talk him down a little bit. Cause like, man, that energy was up there, and then like Snoop was like, yeah, I can't really, let me bring this down a little bit, tell little stories and stuff, and then bam, I'm
It balanced
you
out.
out.
It balanced out.
And next be like,
Yeah, X can't help but getting hyped.
Yeah,
Man. He
man.
just, his whole energy, no matter, he just wake up like that. Just, hey, what What Cat Williams said, X be in the restaurant talking about, hey, yo, bitch. Hey, yo, bitch. Give me some water. It's like he couldn't help it. That's just X. That's how he is. But yeah, so let's talk about the Ray versus Ghost. So, Swiss Beats and Timbaland said that they're gonna officially do a Ray Quan versus Ghostface versus. I don't know when, but they did say it verbally, so it's a done deal pretty much. I think it would be good. I mean, I wouldn't have expected that, but their styles are so close.
Yeah.
So I can see why they're doing it. You know what I mean? I would have rathered, I ain't gonna lie, I would have rathered something a little bit different, but I do like the concept. I would rather be somebody like maybe Ray versus somebody outside of Wu, or Ghost versus somebody outside of Wu. Or Ray and Ghost versus somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. I like if it was the duo.
Yeah.
Like the Ray and, because they have so many projects together. Like you said, like a Ray and Meth versus Red and Meth.
Yeah.
Ray and Meth with Ghost versus Styles P. That would be bananas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean Jada and Styles P. So I said Ghost and stuff. But
I know what you meant though.
Yeah, but Jada and Styles P. But yeah, like that would have been crazy. Like as far as like the duo rap and stuff, like within the groups, that would have been nuts. But yeah, I think again, like I said, I'm still gonna watch it, and I think we'll still have fun. But it's just like half of their catalog, they was on the same shit.
The same stuff.
So like, how you?
Yeah. That's why I'm like,
my verse is better than this verse. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They can play the whole Only Built for Cuban Links, and they can just go back and forth with each other's
that's what I'm
verses.
saying.
Same song.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, but it's still, I'm interested in it. I'm here for it because it's, that's real authentic hip hop, and they're two of my favorite artists. So just for that reason, I'm in it. But I think, like you said, it would be dope if Red and Meth versus Ray and Ghost or something like that. You know what I mean? So that to me would have been off the planet.
Oh yeah,
man. But
speaking of verses, I think they did something which I didn't hear too much about. They did something for D'Angelo, I believe.
Yeah, they did. A few days ago, he did something at the Apollo. It was called D'Angelo and Friends, or D'Angelo versus Friends.
Yeah,
and I didn't get to watch it, but I heard that it was more so just him doing a lot of his classic music, but bringing out a lot of other people. He brought out supposedly Patti LaBelle, Supposedly Red and Meth
Yeah,
came
Red
out.
Meth came.
I think Dionne Warwick, some other people, a bunch of stuff where he just
That's
brought out
crazy.
people. Yeah, so it was kind of dope just to see a lot of these people in the same building. But I don't think they considered it a traditional versus. Yeah, because it wasn't really him versus anybody specific. But Versus streamed it live, so I don't think they really played it up too much because I didn't really hear much about it until like the last minute, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Who would D'Angelo go up against?
D'Angelo. Ooh. I don't know. Would Maxwell be good for him?
I was thinking Raphael Sadiq.
Raphael Sadiq, that would be dope. Yeah. He could do maybe a Brian McKnight.
Oh, fuck Brian McKnight. Fuck that
You
nonsense.
gotta hate on Brian McKnight.
Fuck that nonsense.
Hey, just saying. I don't know.
You don't shut the fuck up.
It's some singers out there.
Non-singing ass.
What's the dude name? The Dream? Is it Dream? The Dream?
Ugh.
Yeah, he might be good. And then it was one other dude I'm trying to think of. I can't think of his name though.
Not The Weeknd.
No, not The Weeknd. No.
No.
I don't think they're too different. But somebody else in that smooth R&B category. You know what I mean?
Raheem. What is his name?
Raheem
Devon.
Yeah, he might not be bad. Yeah, I can see him. Yep. So yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, since I know this is outside, but Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak
Yeah.
getting together.
Yeah, they supposedly working on an album as we speak, like a collab album. So I think that's gonna be kind of nice.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting.
because I'm a fan of Bruno Mars, and I do like Anderson .Paak. I've never listened to a full Anderson .Paak album, but the little stuff that I've heard, I'm like, okay, I really do like. He did the joint with Busta Rhymes on the Extinction Level event too,
Yep.
and that was really dope. I think his voice complemented that song perfectly.
One thing about him too, man, like when he first came out, because like when the Double XL was doing the freshman shit,
Mm-hmm.
all them trash ass rappers.
Mm-hmm.
But when I listened to him, I was like, man, wait a minute, man, this dude's actually saying something. Like I'll listen to him, like it's a little bit of Public Enemy, but it's kind of watered down. Like the way he's going about and saying it, I
Right.
was like, yo, this dude's gonna be somebody.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of knew, like you know what I'm saying, like off rip was like, yeah, this guy gonna be all right.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, I hope. Like I'm actually rooting for him. It's gonna work.
Right.
I feel it's gonna work. I
Yeah.
mean, you know what I'm saying, that the people that he's got, with Bruno Mars and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But man,
I can see them vibing together pretty good.
Yeah. And man, they get like Kendrick on the project and get
yeah.
Cole, and
Man,
they gonna do the other pop shit.
Right.
I like to see Cardi B, do a song with him too, because since Bruno did that with Cardi B,
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah, that came out really good. I like how they did the throwback to
the
Living
'90s,
Color. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
But yeah, man, I would definitely like to see that project and see, maybe not have too many, have some features, but not, flooded with features, but have some,
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So yeah, but I just got a couple more things to mention.